Hello there guys, it's your boy Cowan here, back again on a video, and today I'm going to do What If Deku Was Abandoned, part 33, hope you enjoy it. So like always, a small recap is needed, but if you somehow missed last part, click an I button right here. And if you want another part of this series, 600 likes and I will make it. And if you are new, welcome and subscribe. So the recap. Last part we covered the aftermath of the Hero Rising movie. Deku was a bit pissed. Nijiri calmed him down a bit and he told them why he's pissed with the Nomos, and whoever is making them is trying to recreate All for One in a way. But Nijiri assured him that she have his back. Deku was happy to hear that, but at the same time he was a bit worried. Nijiri catch on that, but Deku told her to not worry about it. So when they returned to UA, Deku got jumped by Eri. He calmed her down. She called him and Nijiri mom and dad. Ryuko asked what's up with this. They explained. She joked about it a bit, teasing them. After that they meet Nizu, and after giving the report, Deku suggests an idea. Him training 1B and 1A. Nizu was shocked a bit, but he accepted in the end. And he also gives some tips to Ryuko on how to control her ki. After that he returned to his dorm, he tell 1A what will happen, then he go to 1B and he tell them. He remarked that Kendo is stronger, and after that they begin training, with Deku giving them his favorite line. Welcome to hell, and hope you survive. So they begin training. Then we have season 5 event with Tamaki and Nijiri versus 1A and Deku versus 1B. And after the fight, they told Deku that Momo did most of the work, and Deku can sense that her ki is bigger than the others. So Momo revealed that she was training with Nijiri before the Nubu Island incident. Deku asked her why did she not tell him or ask him to train her, so she told him that she doesn't want to make him think that she's using him. Deku reassured her that he will not think of that, especially coming from her, she's his best friend. Momo thanks him. Then she asks him is everything okay. She can see that there is something bothering him for a while, but Deku assured her that everything is okay. After that, and while Deku is doing his work with Ryuko, he was able to sense Makia's ki flaring up. And after he's done, he tells Nijiri that he's going to take a look, and when he arrived at the woods, he saw them fighting Makia. But since they're fighting for a long time, he returned to UA, he told Nijiri what happened. And after a couple of days, Makia calmed down and Deku had a talk with the League of Villains. He addressed their past and told them they can do better than this. After that he left, and I think that's it for the summary, so let's begin. So after Deku's talk and his weird exit, he left the League of Villains. I actually think he's already a pro hero and he's stronger than All Might, so he could have just captured them and take them to the authorities, but he didn't. So they really start thinking about his words, especially Shigaraki. Him and Deku, both of them have the same childhood. Both of them were hated because of something that they want to become, heroes. And because of that, everyone around them hurt them. And when they needed help, no one extended his hand. You're something else, limitless. So Deku returned to UA and acted like nothing happened. The only person that knows that he just went way too far, like far away from UA, is Nijiri, because she can track her ki. Shinso and Mirio are a bit suspicious because they also can sense ki, but because they cannot sense it from far away, at max they can only cover UA, they thought that she's just away from their range. And since Nijiri did not say anything weird because they know that she can sense him from far away, they thought nothing of it. So Deku went on with his day like normal, training, spending some time with Nijiri and Eri. Then later that night, while they are on the bed, Nijiri asked him where he was. Then Deku proceeded to tell her what happened. I see, so you're helping them, Deku nodded. Yes, they are villains, but there is still hope for them. I see. Well, if you believe that, so do I. Thanks, Nijiri. You don't have to. I'm your partner. Aren't I? Deku smiled a bit. Yes, you are. But Nijiri can still sense that there is something bothering him. You sure everything is okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. He's lying again, she thought. Okay, if you say so. So we fast forward a bit and we have the 1A versus 1B fight. And once again, Deku did not participate in it. We still have Shinso, we just have to remove Deku. So quickly go over them. Bakugo still win his match, and for Momo's team, they actually won because even though yes, Kendo is stronger, all of them are stronger in this what if. Momo was trained with Nijire a bit, so that gave her a bit of the upper hand. So they won, but barely. To the Rockies team, I would say it would be the same result, so it's a tie. And for the last match, since there's only 3 people for the 1A team, Shinso did not go with the 1B. And like we saw in the anime, Oraka did take out 2 of the students along. Monama will be tricky, but I think they still can take him on. So they won. Then they tell Shinso that he will join the hero course in his next year, and after they ask which class he will join, Deku speak up, yes, he's there. He tells them most likely he will join 1A. Wait, what? Come on, your class is already strong enough with you. 1A agreed with them? Yeah, Deku is strong. Then Deku smiled and tell them, that's the thing, he will take my place. And that shocked both of the classes. Then 1A remember why, so they calm down. 1B on the other hand, they ask him why. Well, tell me something, why are we in UA? To get our license. Pro hero license, right? They nod. Well, then Deku show his license. I already have mine. Everyone pause. Wait, what? You already have your license? Since when? The billboard event? And before you do anything, keep it between us, okay? Then they ask him, since you already have your license, why did you not just quit UA already? Deku blush a bit, personal reasons. Mina saw that and smirk and tell him, by personal reasons, you mean Nijire, right? Because this is her last year. Deku turned around and told them, I don't have to answer that. And everyone thought the same thing. Yes, it's because of her. He's a bad liar. Then Shinso walked to Deku and tell him, when the day come and I will take your place, I will show justice. Don't bother yourself about silly things, Shinso. 1A, 1B are just numbers. This, then he pointed at Shinso's heart. This is what truly matters. You can have all the power in the world, but you don't have the heart of a hero, you cannot call yourself one. And after my personal experience, I can guarantee that you have it. All of you here have it. Sadly, even Minato. Just work hard and always aim to improve yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. All of us are different. Try finding your own way to strength. This is the true way for getting strength. Finding my own way, huh? Then she looked at Deku and smiled. I think I get it. Deku smiled. Good. After that time went on, and like the anime, we have the fight between the League of Villains and the Liberation Army, and it began the same way as the anime. But because Shigaraki and Twice have full access to their quirks, and we cannot forget the living tank Makia, they are able to easily subdue the Liberation Army. And because Twice can create clones as much as he can, Toga did not get hurt as much as the anime, but she still was able to unlock the full extent of her quirk, or her quirk evolved. It's a bit of a shame because I do think the eye patch is a good addition. Anyway, so the rest of the fight stayed the same. Shigaraki's fight, even though it went the same as the anime, it was a bit different at the end. This Shigaraki doesn't want to destroy everything like his counterpart in canon, because of Deku's influence and therapy session. Even though this world is broken, there is not something perfect in this world. So when he's talking to Destro, he tells him just that, and also a version of Deku's talk. Like he understands that people will suffer because this world is not fair, nothing is fair in this world. So he wants to fix that as much as possible, giving everyone a chance to live the life that they want. And that actually go with Destro's dreams about giving everyone the freedom to use their quirks whenever they want, even if they are not heroes. So after that things die down and Shigaraki learned about everyone's board members' quirks, so he decided to not call Deku just in case if he's watching him or tracking him. And Deku did feel the fight because of Makia's key. He felt it fair enough because he was moving and going through everything. But he thought nothing of it, there may be training or you know what they did in the anime. So that same day, Deku like always is lost in his thoughts. So he decided to go for fresh air. Soon after that, Nijiri joined him, and once again she asked him what's wrong. Deku replied, it's nothing. Okay, she replied. And after a few seconds of silence, Deku sighed. For how long? For how long have you known? Pretty much right after the fight against 9, if I remember his name correctly. Deku sighed, so pretty much instantly. Damn, you can read me like an open book. Well, not quite. I know that something is bothering you, but I don't know what. And I know that this is a sensitive topic, and it's something that you're not comfortable talking about. So I decided to not push the matter any further, and when you feel comfortable talking about it, I know that you will tell me. Deku looked at her. You're too good for me, you know that? Nijiri smiled and they hug. So what's wrong? Well, it's about you. It's about us. Nijiri got worried. What's wrong? Okay, calm down, it's not what you think. It's just the past few months were a roller coaster. Sport festival, my parents showing up, my fight against All For One, my talk with Tenko, and on top of that, Eri. It's like I'm forcing you to do things. Always putting you on the spot and always relying on you. Nijiri hugged him tightly and tell him to look at her. He did. Look, I know that you don't like using that thing on me, but I know that you can see if people are lying, so look at me carefully. You're not putting me on the spot, and you're not forcing me to do anything. Sure, the past few months were a bit crazy, but considering that in a few months I will be a hero, I need to get ready for almost anything. So even though I don't care what happened, I kind of considering the last event almost like training. But I know the thing that pushed you over the edge is Eri. To be precise, my relationship with Eri. Deku nod. I don't want to force you to a role that you're not ready for. You're 18, so forcing you to be Eri's mom, Then Nijiri cut him off. Bring back bad memories, right? Deku nod. No one should be forced to grow up faster. I don't wish this to anyone, especially you. Nijiri smiled. You don't have to worry about anything. On top of that, like you said a while back, Eri is starting to act like I was acting as a kid. So it's not something that I don't know. On top of that, I do actually like spending time with her. On top of that, everyone knows that from all of us that are helping Eri, you are doing most of the work. That's why she got attached to you first. And Nijiri giggled. I am the one who should tell you to take it easy and try to not be her dad. So, are you sure about this? You don't have any problems with this? Nijiri shook her head, telling him no. You sure? Izuku, you can tell that if I am lying or not. Deku sighed, then he smiled and hugged Nijiri tightly. Yeah, I can tell. Good, because I was getting tired of thinking what's wrong with you. I cannot read people like you do. Sorry about that. So let's go back? She nodded. Deku picked her up bright style, and they went back to the dorm. When they entered, everyone greeted them. Then Momo immediately realized that Deku returned to normal. So did you figure things out? She asked them. Deku nodded. Good. Then Eri rushed at them, and Deku picked her up using his key and put her on his shoulders. Then he looked at Nijiri and her and smiled. Both of them smiled back. And at the very moment, Deku thought one thing: I need to protect them, no matter what. So a couple of days went by. Deku was minding his own business. Then he saw the news about the aftermath of the fight between the League of Villains and the Liberation Army. And the reason he knows that it was Shigaraki and his team, it's because the reporters say the fight happened 2 days ago, plus the place that Shigaraki and his league are staying is close to that city, so you only need 2 brain cells to understand what happened. He wants to talk to him and ask him what exactly happened, but he cannot sense his key anymore, same for Jinjaku Makia. So they moved location and Deku doesn't have any means to contact him, so now he have to play the waiting game. Plus Christmas is right behind the corner and he has something special for Nijiri. So fast forward a bit and it's Christmas, and because 1A, 1B and 3A are close because of Deku, all of them celebrate together. So after everyone gather, Deku realizes that Nijiri is not here. You tell him she's coming. Deku sends her key coming down the stairs. He greeted her, then and after that, Yu laughed a bit and told them, I knew it. Mineta started drooling. He was going to comment about her costume, but he suddenly felt a menacing presence looking at him, and it's Izuku. Then Deku vanished, appeared behind Nijiri, hugged her and told them, mine, while looking strict at Mineta, and he kept his mouth shut from now on. Nijiri blushed a bit. After that they celebrate a bit, and of course Eri was there. So after they were done, Deku asked Nijiri if they can talk in private. She nodded and they go to the roof. It was a bit cold for her. Deku saw that, he snapped his fingers and she started getting warmer. What did you do? She asked. Do you remember my barrier? She nodded. This is a weaker version of it. It can keep you warm or regulate your temperature, so you cannot get cold or you cannot get too hot. I see. So what did you call me here? Deku blushed and told her, yeah, about that. How can I start this? Look, you know that I don't like using my words a lot because actions speak louder than words. And considering everything that happened for the past 2 years, almost 3, I know that you are the one for me and no one will take your place. Nijiri blush and smile. So I can just promise you that I'll always be by your side, but I rather show you than tell you. And Deku showed that he's holding a box. Nijiri immediately understand and she starts tearing up a bit. Look, I know it's a bit too early for this, so consider this a promise. No matter what will happen, we're in this together. You have my back and I have yours. Deku take out a ring from the box and put it on Nijiri's finger, and when he did that, Nijiri jumped on him, hugging him and kissing him. Then they heard cheering coming from the door. Remember, they're on the roof, so there is a door. The couple looked at the door and they saw basically everyone there cheering for them. The couple were a bit embarrassed, but they just went with it. So, you know what happened next when they returned to the room? The next day the teachers are in a meeting discussing the Hero Safety Committee, telling them to re-establish the internship program. They start coming up with ideas, then Nizu said, "What do you think, Limitless?" Then Deku speak up, shocking everyone. Also Aizawa just a bit. They ask him since when he was here. From the beginning? Well, I guess their action is actually predictable, Nizu. What do you mean? Well, considering that All Might is gone and the villains are getting bolder, this is their way of showing the villains that you're not the only one is getting stronger and preparing. I'm actually surprised it took them 4 months to actually do this. I see. Exactly what I was thinking. Thank you for your opinion. Deku nod. The teachers did not ask why Deku is here because they know that after what he did against All for One, his opinion actually does matter. So after they are done, Deku went back to his dorm, and since they have a day off so they can visit their families, Nijiri got a phone call from her parents and told her to come and see him and bring Deku with you. Deku thinks about it and told her that sure, I will come, but after that I need to check out on my mom, okay? She nods, she told them, and they understand. Then Deku felt that someone is pulling his shirt. He looked down and saw it's Eri. She asked him where he's going and if she can come, and she gave him puppy eyes that Deku cannot say no to. So he looked at Aizawa first. He sighed and nodded. Then he looked at Nijiri, she smiled, and she told her parents if they can bring someone with them. Sure. Then she looked back at Deku and nodded. Deku smiled and told Eri the good news. She was happy and hugged Deku, so they get ready and start walking toward Nijiri's house. When they arrive, they were greeted by her parents, then they saw Eri. She was a bit worried because new people, so she hid behind Nijiri, and Nijiri assured her that they will not hurt her. Nijiri nodded, okay mom, and that shocked the two parents and told them, what? Explain, now. The couple left nervously and they go inside. Then they explain their situation. Nijiri's parents understand. They're still a bit worried because they're still in high school, but considering her past and what happened to her, Izuku is the one that can help her the most. Plus they found her adorable, so they went with it. Then Deku sent someone. He was surprised, then he smiled. Then he looked at Nijiri's father and told him, you called her? Who? You know what I mean. He smiled and told him, yeah, we did. After you called us, we talked to her and she told us that she will come. Who? Nijiri asked. My mom. I'll be right back. Then Deku vanished, goes straight to Ryuko. Hi mom. Ryuko was surprised. Then she calmed down. I cannot surprise you, can I? I don't think you can, but I do appreciate the gesture. Come on, let's go. Deku put his hand on his shoulder and they teleport or vanished toward Nijiri's house. When they arrive, everyone greet them. Ryuko was surprised to see Eri here. After that they talk, they have dinner. Eri warmed up to them, so she asked them a question and that led to her to call them Grandma and Grandpa, or two grandmas. Ryuko thinks about it because she's 26, but Eri gave her puppy eyes, so she said yes in the end. Eri hugged her, then Ryuko said, I'm only 26 and already a grandma. Deku chuckled a bit, they had fun, and while talking, they noticed the ring on Nijiri's hand. And her mom asked her about it. She never wanted to wear jewelry, so Nijiri blushed and told them, oh, I did not buy it. She said that while looking at Deku. Deku blushed and the adults understand what happened. Wait, did you? No? Well, in a way, but no. It's a promise ring. We will still have to wait a few years for me to do that. We see. Then her dad speak up and tell him, well, if you ever decide of doing it, you already have my blessing. Deku thanks him and Nijiri blush a bit. The next day, Ryuko and Nijiri went to her agency. Meanwhile, Deku took back Eri to UA, and after that he made his way toward the agency. By the way guys, Todoroki asked, Bakugo if he want to go with him because he doesn't have any. Bakugo accepts, and Deku, like always, he's going with Nijire to Ryuku's. He can technically go wherever he wants because he's a pro, but for now until Nijiri graduates, he decides to stay in Ryuku's agency. And by the way guys, Todoroki and Bakugo have the same training as the anime, just remove Deku from the equation and make both of them stronger. So while two of them are having their internship, Deku is with Ryuku, and like the anime they are celebrating their first day. Then I get a request from Selkie to remark that she did her internship with him, so Ryuku accepts. So the five of them go to Selkie, the five of them I mean Ryuku, Nijire, Uraka, Tsuyu and Deku, met up with Selkie and his crew. He greeted them and thanked them for coming, then he saw Deku. It took him a second to know him because last time he saw him in a billboard event, I assumed that he was there, or he saw it on TV, Deku was not wearing his mask. But then it hit him. Wait a second, you're limitless? Deku sighed, damn it, all the way here. Yes, I am limitless. Nijire giggled because she knew why he's doing this. Then he told him that he was expecting the number 5 hero, but not you. I did not know that he's working under you. Under me? No, Ryuko replied. With me? Yes. And that got Selkie intrigued. What do you mean? Deku sighed and showed him his license, and that shocked everyone. Then he snapped from his shock and told him, well, considering everything that you did, it's not that surprising. Anyway, I'm glad that you're here. Deku nodded, then he told them, first things first, we go to the beach. They go and they have the same thing as the anime, so basically just fool around. Deku was a bit weirded out, but soon he understands why he's doing this, and he's actually grateful because he actually needs some vacation, especially while he's still thinking on how to contact Shigaraki. So after they had their fun and they are resting a bit, Nijiri walked up to him and tell him, this bring back memories. Deku smiled and nodded, but do you want to add it to the counter or not? Nijiri giggled and the other girls asked him what does he mean. So they explained that last time they went to the beach they got attacked. And if you add the Nabu Island incident, that make 2. And this, 3. Because technically we'll be fighting villains at the beach. So they understand and laugh a bit about it. And after that they went on with their mission. It happened the same as the anime with Tsuyu going with Selkie on the boat when the villains used trigger, and basically all the interaction Deku just stood aside, he did nothing. The only time he intervened is when Uraka was on the plane and it's going down. He quickly fly through everyone and grabbed the plane and gently stopped it. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. After that they have another beach day, and after they are done they thank them for their help. Well actually thank you, I actually really needed this little vacation. Lately things were a bit too stressful. Yeah, I know that, Silk replied. Silk tell him, I'm glad that, then he make a cute face. That helped you. There was an awkward silence after this. You know that's not cute. Yeah, I came to realize that recently. Anyway, you did a good job and thank you for your help. By the way, there are only the pro heroes there. The girls are not there with them. Actually, you could tell him, if he want to, he could have already stopped them, like the day we arrived. Wait, what? Silk said and he looked at Deku. Busted. How did you know, Mom? Well, I know you. Plus, the way that you are flying. It's like you know that we were heading there. You were just along with the ride. Yep, you're right. Then Silk told him, but how did you know they were there? Do you know how you can make sound, almost like a sonar, so you know where everyone is around you? Silk nodded. I have a similar technique, but it let me sense everything alive around me. So anything alive in my area of this technique, I know where it is. And since this beach or this sea have only fish in it, I was easily able to track human energy. So if I really want to stop them, I could have done that the day we arrived. Like in 10-15 minutes tops. I guess you do actually own your name, Limitless. But why did you wait? One, they could tell him, because like I told you earlier, I needed a vacation. Second, they will learn nothing if I do everything by myself. Sure, there is urgent things that I need to solve along and immediately, but if it was a situation like this, where I can stop them anytime I want, I will let them learn to stop them by themselves, so they will grow stronger and not depend on me when things get tough. I see, Silk replied. You sure you're still a kid? You talk like an adult. Yeah, I get that a lot. After that, the trio return to their agency. They have some free time to rest. Well, it's not like they just come back from the beach, but whatever. Then the four of them return to UA. When they arrive, Deku can see that Aizawa is a bit sad and angry at the same time. He asks him what's wrong. Aizawa was hesitant, but after that he told him about Kurogiri being his deceased friend, and he explained his situation and what they are trying to do. Deku got angry, the building starts shaking, but he calmed down and told Aizawa, I might have something that could help you. Aizawa's eyes widen and he nodded. So the next day, and after asking permission, they took Deku with them to Tartarus, and when they got close, Deku got angry. They asked him what's wrong. Presgmag and Aizawa, I can sense him, he's still alive. Limitless, calm down. We are not here for him. Deku calmed down a bit and nodded. So they go to Kurogiri's cell. They enter and Deku put his hand on his metal piece because we know it's his weak point, so that means there's a connection between it and Kurogiri. And when he does that, Deku extends his hand to Aizawa and Presgmag. At first they felt nothing, but soon after that, they suddenly found themselves in an empty void. Then Aizawa and Presgmag heard a voice that shocked them to their core. It's been a while, Eraserhead, Presgmag. They turn around and they are face to face with their friend. They cannot believe it. It actually worked. By the way, Deku is there. He tells them, well, what are you waiting for? He's your friend. They talk, they cry. Then Aizawa asks Oboro about All for One. They need information. Can he help? Sadly, he can't, Deku tells them. I already searched through his memories. There is none that can actually help us. Except now, I know how the doctor looked like. Then he showed them a picture of him. Beyond that, nothing. So they talk for a while. And when they are done, Deku walks to Oboro and tells him, so, Oboro was it? Oboro nod. And you? My name is Izuku Tetsumo. I am Aizawa's student. Wait, Eraserhead become a teacher? Yep. Let me guess, he's always inside his sleeping bag, 24/7. Oboro laughs and Aizawa tells Deku he will pay for this. Deku laughs a bit, then Deku turns to Oboro and tells him, Oboro, do you want me to do it? It took him a second to understand, but when he did, he gets serious and tells him, can you? Deku nods. I know, living like this is worse than dying. So, what do you say? Oboro thinks about it and tells him, well, I will be grateful if you do it. I don't think there is a way to turn me back into a human and get rid of the control over me. So if you can, please. Deku nod. Aizawa, Mike, I think it's time. They understand. They say their final goodbyes. Oboro thanks him once again, but he also commented that he will make a great hero someday. Deku smiled and tell him, I already am. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm a pro hero already. Limitless, this is my hero name. Wow, you're young. Deku nod. Well, thank you for everything. Deku nod again. Then they exit the mind space. They give the report back to the police and everyone. We should respect his last wishes, Deku tells them. And I am the only one who can do it. But that mean? I know what that mean. And for once in your life, drop your BS morals. Because tell me who's worse, dying or living your life as a slave trapped inside your own body. And a slave to a villain no less. Right now, I'm showing you respect and asking, because I will not let an innocent person suffer any longer, and I have the power to stop it. And if that means breaking the rules, so be it. They know that he's serious, so they tell him to wait for a bit. So they go to the higher-ups, they tell them the situation, and they ask for permission to do it. So here's the thing. Ever since Deku's interaction with those ghosts, people understand why Deku is killing the Numus. So now they actually give him the go-ahead, because letting someone live like that is torture. So they escort Kurogiri outside with the help of Aizawa, and then they ask him if his super dragon cannon can actually do it, or he will use his dragon fist. Maybe, but I want to make it as painless as possible. So Aizawa, Mike, what you will see right now, you will not tell Nijiri about this, or my mom. Garrett, they're a bit against it, but they nod. Let's end this quick, Deku tells them, then he power up. His aura grows more and more, then suddenly it goes straight to his right hand. Deku is in immense pain, but he went with it. He started gathering energy and the ball went from blue to a dark purple color. Deku grinned his teeth and tell Kurogiri or Oboro, rest in peace. Deku threw the ki blast at Kurogiri. For a second it seemed that nothing happened, then the area started glowing with the same color, then Kurogiri and that area in a couple of seconds completely turned to dust, leaving nothing. Everyone present was shocked about the level of destruction. He completely erased Kurogiri and the area around them. And after a second they saw the repercussion of using that technique. Deku screamed in pain. His right hand is completely busted, more than when he used Dragon Fist. And upon a closer look, they saw that his fingers are a bit short. Not all of them, but still. Izuku, what was that? Aizawa asked him. Deku replied in pain that it's the technique that he was creating or working on ever since Kamino. Because he knew in Kamino his Dragon Fist was not able to kill the Numu, so they suffer a bit before they die. That's why I decided to create a powerful technique that can completely destroy the target instantly. But since my body cannot handle the Dragon Fist yet, this technique is just... Then Deku quickly healed his hand, still a bit in pain. But after a few seconds, his fingers regrew, he started breathing heavily. They asked him, is he okay? He nodded. This technique takes quite a lot of my energy, so you can basically say it's a one-shot technique. They understand and tell him to rest. After that they get ready to go back to UA, and in the way out, Deku once again gets angry. You should actually kill him. Who? You know who, Deku replied. Izuku, drop it, he's already behind bars. Yeah, and that's the only reason he's still alive. The second he put foot outside of them, I will be having his head. And this is a promise that I'm intending to keep. Same for whoever is creating the Numus. He like using people as puppets, using their lives as he sees fit, so he doesn't deserve to have one. Izuku, heroes don't, Deku tell him. Finish that. Heroes don't kill villains, but these two are not even human anymore. So in my eyes, they're free to kill. Like it or not, if I put my hands on them, they're done for. The heroes just give up because they know that there is no changing in his mind, so they go back to UA. When they arrive, Nijiri can sense that Deku's ki is very low, so she asks him what's wrong. Your ki is low. Well, then Deku explains what just happened. Oh, I see. Nijiri hugged him and tell him, you did the right thing. Deku hugged back. I know. Then Deku started thinking, I need to grow stronger. So after that a couple of days went by, and Deku finally got a phone call from Shigaraki. He asked him what happened and Shigaraki explained. They talk and in the end Deku tell him, well, I guess see you at the battlefield. Yeah, then he hung up. Then the next day, even are training, then they felt everything shaking. They go outside and saw Deku training, and he's going all out. Not actually full power, but all out. So he was doing the same thing that he was doing in the summer camp, and more extreme training, like more weight, more powerful ki blast, way more ki blasts, etc. And after a few hours, Deku slept because the ground around him is broken, and he got on his knees gasping for air because he used a lot of his ki, but there is a lot of ki blast heading toward him. No one is fast enough to reach him in time, but right before the ki blast hit him, they disappear, same for Deku. Then they saw him standing a few feet away from where he was laying down. They were glad that he's okay, but Nijiri can sense that something is off. His ki is calm and terrifying. Then Deku looked at her, and the look that she saw in his eyes gave her a flashback to the first time they met. That weird light in his eyes resembled the time he fought the 7 villains. But not only her, also Momo. She counted that the look in his eyes is the same look that he gave Mirako during the practical exam when she attacked him when he was unconscious. Then after that immediately Deku fell to the ground, knocked out. They took him to recovery girl to see is everything okay. She told them that he's fine, although a bit bruised because of his training and tired, but overall he's fine. She suggests letting Deku rest here, but Nijiri interjects and tell her that Izuku will be more comfortable sleeping in his room. He doesn't like hospitals, so by extension infirmaries. Recovery girl understands because she remembers what Deku told her in the sport festival, so they took him to his room to rest. Nijiri stayed with him just in case. Meanwhile, they start discussing what just happened with Deku. They start to think that he's taken his training a bit too far. On top of that, the area around him was completely destroyed. So Nizu would not take kindly to that. And they are not wrong. Meanwhile, in Deku's room, Nijiri starts thinking about what just happened. It's been a while since she saw that look in Deku's eyes. It's not hate or anything, it was just weird. Then she gets an idea. She already knows how to heal people, so she do just that. On top of that, she shared her ki with Deku, and after a few seconds, he's starting to wake up. He was disoriented and asked her, where is he? Your room? What happened? You don't remember? No, it's a bit foggy. Last thing that I remember is the key blast heading toward me. After that, then it hit Deku. Oh, that happened. So do you know what it is? Because your key felt different a bit. Yeah, I felt it as well. It was calmer than usual. But for some reason, it was nostalgic. It felt just like I was back then. What do you mean? My body was almost like paralyzed. But I knew that I needed to move. And if I don't, I will die. And that's it. That's the end for me. What choice do I have? What can I do? I used up everything. I don't have anything left. So what? I will just accept it? Am I a coward? Just standing by doing nothing waiting for death? No, I am not a coward. So I asked myself, what can I do? Nijiri got intrigued a bit. What did you do? I stopped thinking logically. I didn't have anything or any lead. I just needed to get stronger to survive. I needed to move. So I relied on the only power that I have back then, my instinct. The will to live that I was feeling made my body move. I don't need to think what I will do next. I don't need to think at all. I just need to move. I need to grow. I forgot this feeling after a while because I didn't have anything left to live for after I was able to get out from that hell. The only few times that I was able to feel that is when I was fighting villains. That short period of time made me feel alive, but it was so rare until I forgot how it felt. Nijiri got intrigued because of her curious nature, so she asked Deku, so why now? It's been a while since I last saw that look. Deku paused for a second, then he told Nijiri, well, I think it's because of you and my mom and Eri. What do you mean? She asked. Well, it's simple. You guys are the reason I'm alive. Keeping you safe is the reason I'm pushing myself further and further. And being around you taught me a lesson that I completely forgot a while back. Life is precious, and when it's gone, there is no way for you to get it back. I lost my life before. I will not let that happen again. That's why that feeling come back. That's why that power return. I have the will to live again. I have the will to keep moving forward again. I see. So, that power, can you tap into it again? I don't know. It's just like my instinct is taking control whenever I can't. So just like when someone is attacking me during my sleep, but this time I just need to stay awake. It's difficult to explain. Maybe if I amped up my training even more, I can access that power again. Yeah, Nijiri replied, but be careful. I still need you. Deku smiled and nodded. But I'm too tired right now, so come here. So they cuddled for a bit, and after that, during dinner, they explained what happened. One sort of get it, but not really. So they just took it as another hex for Deku. So the next day, Deku was called to Nizu's office and he explained what happened yesterday. Deku apologized, but he needs to grow stronger, meaning he will train harder. Nizu understands, but we will talk about this later. First, you need to see this. What's this? Deku asked. A cryptic message from Endeavor. So after Deku read that, he was not surprised. Nizu saw that. You're not surprised. Did you know about this? Deku sighed and nodded. How? It will take some explanation to do. I'm listening, and we have all the time in the world. Deku sat down and he proceeded to tell him about his interaction with the League of Villains, and how he's trying to help them. Nizu was quite shocked, especially the part about Shigaraki being Nana Shimura's grandson. So who else know about this? Including you? Only me and Nijiri. I kept it a secret so the traitor cannot know about this. Nizu understand and tell him to be careful. You're playing with fire. I know, Nizu, but I need to do it. This is the only way I can protect them. On top of that, I don't know if my current strength will be enough. I see. So what will you do? I have a plan, but I need to prepare for it. Well, Limitless, you have my support. Thank you, Nizu, but I have a proposition. I'm all ears. We should also include Aizawa in this. What do you say? Deku thinks about it and accept. So Deku bring Aizawa to Nizu, and then he left for a few hours. He has some preparation to do. So after he returned, Deku explained his plan and he told them that he found a place where he can train as much as he can and as hard as he can. They understand. Then he go to 1A dorm, he gather everyone and tell them that he will be training outside of UA. From tomorrow onward, I will go to a deserted place so I can go all out without fearing of hurting anyone or destroying my surrounding. That means that you guys would be on your own. Well, you have Nijire and she know plenty about Ki, so do you mind taking my place, Nijire? She shook her head no. Good. Don't worry, I will come back every day. I will only train there, but I will be exhausted, so don't worry, I have your back, Nijire told him. Deku smiled. So the next day, Deku went to his secret location to train. So for the next couple of days, nothing happened. Deku always returned completely exhausted, like he's always on the verge of collapsing. The teacher saw that and told him to take it easy, but Deku on the other hand told him that he needs to get stronger. That's it, to make sure what happened in Kamino will not happen again. Then in the third day, Deku grabbed Ectoplasm and took him to an empty room. Ectoplasm asked him, what are we doing here? Here's the thing, Ectoplasm, I will tell you about where Deku is training. Huh? So why are we doing it here? Shouldn't we tell the other teachers? I will, but Limitless have a hunch that whoever is leaking our information can eavesdrop on us. Maybe he has super hearing or something. So this room is soundproof, that's why we are here. And to make sure that I don't attract any attention, I will tell the teachers one by one. Ectoplasm understand, then Aizawa tell him to not talk with other teachers about this. I will tell them, but do not mention this at all. Got it? Ectoplasm nod. But why are you telling us? Well, it's because of Limitless. You did see how he will always return. So I'm afraid that maybe he will push his body too far and injure himself. So in that case, we will know where is he. Got it? Ectoplasm nod and understand. After that, Aizawa tell him where he is. Then they exit the room. Aizawa took President Mike to that room. In the way he lock eyes with Ectoplasm, they share a nod. Then the next day he does with All Might, then Midnight, then Cementos. And he also told the teachers from class 1B. After that, one day while Deku was training, and 1A and Nijire are chilling in the living room, resting and watching TV, then suddenly the screen changed to a forest and is on fire, blue fire, and that immediately alarmed 1A. Then the camera zoom in and we see Deku sweating and look visibly tired, and in front of him there is a league of villains. Then immediately Dabi fired a flame toward him. Deku was able to dodge it. He rushed at him and he was able to punch him, but Dabi quickly became mud and it's revealed he was a copy from twice. Then Deku turned around only to be kicked by Spinner in the face. Then Toka was able to sneak behind him and stab him in his shoulder. He was able to push her away, but before he can do anything, Dabi once again, this one the real Dabi, fired a flame at him, and Deku was barely able to avoid. Before he even landed, a Numu charged at him and punched him, sending him flying through trees. Everyone is watching in horror. Then they saw Shigaraki slowly walking to Deku, and he looked different. He's much more buffer and his hair is completely white. Not that blue, grayish, almost like Aries hair. Then he started getting faster and faster. Deku is visibly exhausted. Once again, he charged at Shigaraki, throwing a punch. But Shigaraki used his new speed and power to avoid Deku's attack, grab him by his face and slam him against the ground. Thank you for everything, Limitless, but now it's our time. Then he used his decay on him. The area was covered with dust, and when this dust settled, we see Shigaraki standing with a menacing grin on his face, holding up what's left of Deku's costume in his left hand, and beside him there is a pool of blood. And with this he's showing that Izuku is no more. Then the camera zoomed in on Shigaraki's face, then the screen went black. In class 1A there was a silence until they heard Nijiri screaming. And with this I'm going to stop it right here. So what do you think of it, guys? Why did Shigaraki kill Deku? How will Nijire, Eri, Ryuko and the rest of class 1A react to this news? How will the world react to this news? What will happen next? Leave your thoughts in comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and like I told you, 600 likes and I'll make another part of this series. And if you are new, subscribe, there's more videos like this coming, and like always guys, peace.